Hey everyone. Ready to make those holidays a bit less financially stressful,
Always a good goal, especially this time of year.
right? We're diving into this blog post today called 11 Real Ways to Make Money Before the Holidays.
Catchy title.
It is, but it's December already. And they're saying we should have started thinking about this back in August.
Well, it does make you think about how early those holiday ads and sales start. It's like they want us to stress about spending money before we even carve the turkey.
Okay, so their first point is that people spend like $1,000 on gifts alone during the holidays. Is that even real?
Averages can be tricky. I mean, everyone's situation is different, right? Income, family size, even where you live probably plays a role.
Yeah, true. Makes you wonder what really makes those holiday budgets go up.
Right. Is it just being generous, or
No.
is it like pressure to keep up with everyone else? Maybe a bit of both.
Probably. It'd be interesting to know where everyone listening falls on that. Is $1,000 a good number, a scary number, or just what you got to do?
Exactly. And speaking of things you gotta do, this blog post kicks off with a classic, the seasonal retail job.
Oh, yeah, those hiring signs are everywhere this time of year. Pumpkin patches to department stores, like the whole holiday scene.
There's a reason those jobs keep coming back. They fill a need. And it's not always a bad gig.
Plus, it's not just cashiering anymore. This post talks about decorating, setting up displays, the whole shebang.
That's true. And the employee discounts can really help with your own holiday shopping. Plus, who knows, maybe you'll make some connections, learn something new.
I've never actually worked retail myself. Always thought of it as, a temporary thing.
It can be. But especially for, say, younger folks, it's good experience, customer service, stocking, sometimes even a bit of marketing, skills you can use anywhere, really.
That's a good point. Okay, so maybe retail's not for everyone. This post suggests some other stuff like pet sitting or house sitting.
Ah, trading the crowds for some peace and quiet? Or maybe some furry friends.
I'd be down for the dog sitting, especially if they pay well. The post says it can be like $25 a day or more for dog boarding.
Not bad. But it's not just about loving animals, right? Yeah, you got to be responsible, follow instructions, all that. There are websites for this kind of thing, too. Rover, even Craigslist sometimes.
Oh yeah, I guess there's a trust factor too. Leaving your pets, your whole house with someone.
For sure. Trust is key. And speaking of finding hidden value, the next idea is turning all that clutter into cash.
Oh, that maybe someday pile we all have. The problem is, I always think, who would even buy this?
That's where the post challenges us. What we see as junk could be someone else's treasure, right? Especially vintage stuff.
True that those antique shops are full of things I swear I had as a kid.
And it's so easy to sell online now, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, all from home.
Convenient, but also a little daunting. Listing everything, taking pictures, shipping.
It can be. Start small, maybe one type of item to begin with. Get the hang of it.
I like that. Start small, build up to it. Now, what about when you need money fast? Like not a whole selling project.
That's where the good old Craigslist gigs come in. Short-term, one-time jobs can be a good way to get quick cash.
Craigslist always makes me think of those crazy job descriptions like transporting bricks or something.
Yeah, it's definitely a mix. The gig economy, they call it. Flexible, but not always reliable for steady income.
Right. How do you even know which gigs are legit?
Good question. Be cautious. Meet in public. Trust your gut. And don't be afraid to ask questions about the job before you say yes.
Makes sense. Speaking of being out and about, this post also mentions ride sharing, like driving for Uber or Lyft.
Yeah, that's gotten really popular, and the holidays are a busy time for those services with parties and travel and all that.
Definitely more folks needing designated drivers these days, too.
For sure. But it's not as simple as just driving around. It's kind of like running a mini business. You've got expenses, gas, maintenance, even just the wear and tear on your car. And how much you make can change a lot. Depends where you are, time of day, even if the weather's bad.
So it's not just like turn on the app and go.
Not really. I got to be a little strategic. Think about when people need rides most, where they're going.
And dealing with all those different personalities in your car.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You meet all kinds. But that's kind of what makes these gig jobs interesting. See a different side of things.
Speaking of different, this post throws out some other wild ideas, too. Renting a room, answering surveys, even renting out an RV. Can you believe that?
It's like they tried to think of every possible side hustle. The money and the time it takes are all over the place, too. Like teaching English online, they say, can be $18, $21 an hour.
Wow, that's pretty good. But I bet you need, like, qualifications for that, right? Not just anyone can teach English.
Definitely not. Probably need a certification or a degree, maybe some experience already. It's competitive, too. Lots of people doing it.
So it's not just speaking English, you got to know how to teach. What about the tech side of it? Need special equipment.
Most websites give you the software you need, but good internet for sure, and a quiet place to teach. Some people use headsets and webcams too for better quality.
It's wild how you can connect with people all over the world now. But back to that RV thing.
Yeah.
That seems a little out there. Who's renting out their RVs?
You'd be surprised. With the whole van life thing, people want that freedom to travel. So folks who own an RV but don't use it all the time, it's a way to make some money off of it.
I guess that makes sense. But you got to be okay with, like, strangers driving your house around.
Trust is a big part of it, yeah. But there are websites specifically for this, so it's more secure. They handle insurance and stuff.
Seems like there's a website for everything these days. So we've gone through a lot of ideas here. The big thing is there's no one right way to do this, right?
Exactly. It's like choosing from a menu what sounds good to you, what fits your skills, and how much time you've got.
I like that. And it all comes back to, why are you doing this? Want to buy gifts? Travel? Just have some breathing room in your budget.
It's about matching the hustle to the goal. And it changes how we think about the holidays, It's not just about spending, it's about being in control.
Like taking charge of those holiday bills and saying, not this year. So any final tips for people ready to jump in and try a side hustle?
Pick something you actually like. Don't chase the highest paying gig if it's going to make you miserable. The best ones are where you can use your passions, your skills, even if it's in a way you didn't expect.
Like finding that thing where work doesn't feel like work, which is a pretty awesome feeling, especially during the holidays when things can get so hectic.
It's the journey and the destination, right? That's what the holidays should be about, too. Not just gifts and food, but enjoying time with people, making memories.
I love that. So to wrap up our deep dive into holiday side hustles, I want to leave everyone with this. What can you do with this info to make your holidays better, both financially and just overall?
Don't be afraid to try things out, even if they're new, even if it's a little scary. You never know what you might find out about yourself or about what's out there.
And who knows? Maybe that holiday side hustle turns into something more. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Happy holidays, and good luck with those hustles.
Yeah, even if it's just for a few weeks, that extra cash can make all the difference. Gifts, travel, or just like taking some pressure off the budget.
Totally. And it's not just about the money. It's that feeling of, like, you're in control. You've got options.
Like holiday bills, you can't scare me. So for those of us who are convinced and ready to hustle, any last words of advice?
I'd say choose something you'll actually enjoy. Don't just go for the biggest paycheck if it's going to make you miserable, right? The best side hustles are the ones that use what you're already good at, what you like doing, even if it's a little unexpected.
Finding that thing where work doesn't feel like work? Pretty good feeling anytime, but especially during the holidays.
It's about the journey, not just the destination. Kind of like the holidays themselves, It's not all about the presents or the big meal. It's about being with people, making memories. I love that. Well, as we wrap up this deep dive into holiday side hustles, I want to leave everyone with this. How can you use what we talked about to make your holidays better? Not just financially, but like the whole experience.
Don't be afraid to experiment. Try something new, even if it's outside your comfort zone. Might surprise you what you find out about yourself or what's out there.
Who knows? Maybe that holiday hustle turns into something more. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Happy holidays and good luck out there with your side hustles.